So I'm Barclay Crenshaw,
Yes.
and you're Tiedye Ky.
My name is Kyle. I often introduce myself as Ky. You can call me either Ky or Kyle. And I am Tiedye Ky, the artist, musician, extraordinaire, lover boy, you know?
Yeah. So I'm doing a tour, and I'll just give everybody a little background. I was trying to think, everyone's like, well, who do you want to be on the tour? And I was thinking like, well, my records are not all just like dubstep records. And I didn't want to give the impression that I was just doing this like hard bass tour.
Right.
So I was like, who's the most eclectic person that can also do bass? And I was like, it's definitely Tiedye Ky. And so I was like, get Tiedye Ky on as many of these as you can.
Yeah.
And so I think that's how it went. Now you're on New York, Chicago, LA, Seattle, and Austin. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's like half of it.
Those are such fun cities to play. Like, I haven't been to San Francisco in a minute. I haven't been to LA since last year. Austin I was at recently, but no, like those are going to be epic as fuck. So I'm so excited. And
yeah, we're gonna add San Francisco at some point, so I'm sure I'll be hitting you up. I don't know when that is.
Yes, I like wanted to talk about too how like I've played your festival a couple times, and you kind of picked me off very early on in my career as a performing artist, and like I just like appreciate you for that support, like, you know, for that long of a time.
That's kind of what I do. I'm a little bit known for that. I find stuff that I like in the smallest little cracks, and I find just stuff that I think is awesome, and I just really liked what you're doing and whatever. Thanks, I mean, I don't even know. Sometimes I don't even know where a person is in their journey when I find them. I just say, let's get this person.
This is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says it doesn't take much, you know. You like music, you like it. It's quite simple, actually.
So you live in Philly, right?
I live in Philly. I'm home at my apartment. This is my place. This is where I make music. I have like a PC and like some gear and some monitors, but I'm not going to move the camera. But it's like that's what I'm facing.
Okay, my mom is from Philly originally.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, I used to go there to see like my grandparents, but that was a long time. That was when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
But I play Philly like once a year, probably.
I grew up in the suburbs in New Jersey, so this is the major city closest to me, even though I technically grew up in a different state. And I've lived here for 7 years. I went to college here at University of the Arts. I loved it.
Cool.
Shout out MJ if he ever watches this. You know, that was like my favorite professor.
Oh, cool.
And learned a lot. And yeah, so I love it, dude. There's a great music scene. There's tons of stuff to do. There's a cool, like, I think I often am exposed to all kinds of different music. You can go see jazz music here. You can go see alternative bands. You can go see like a hardcore show. There's more than just an electronic scene here, and I love that about it.
I'll throw out a couple names for you. You tell me if so. I did house forever, right? So
you're a very successful person in this electronic scene, and you have multiple successful aliases, bro. Like, I know.
I just want to throw out a couple of Philly references. Do you remember 611 Records? There's a shop.
I actually think I have heard of that. Like, so I feel like I've heard the name, like, yes, but continue, like explain it to me. Like,
it was Nigel Richards. He did these whistle raves, and he had 611 Records in Philly, and I was on the swim team with him in college. That's the only reason I asked you. And then the other guy that I know from Philly is Josh Wink, of course, but maybe you don't know who that is either. I don't know. I'm from a different world.
Right. Where are you from?
I'm from Michigan, Detroit area, and I was born in Cleveland, and then I moved there when I was a kid, to Detroit, like Grosse Pointe. And then now I live in Los Angeles, but I did Dirty Bird in the Bay Area for like 15 years.
Yeah. That's so sick.
I've been all over the place. Oh, but the other thing I wanted to ask you is, did you ever go to Ocean City?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm from Jersey, so I'm like, where I grew up is about halfway between Philadelphia and the East Coast, like the shore, you know? So
yeah.
Long Beach Island, Ocean City.
Yeah.
It's the boardwalk. The Ocean City boardwalk. I was a kid and I would go there with my family and ride the rides, the whole thing. Yeah. Eat the caramelized popcorn.
100 times myself. Saltwater taffy.
Yeah.
The boardwalk.
Yeah.
So what music are you working on right now? Because you played me a bunch of stuff and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I just want to tell you that I just played like a private birthday party in New York last weekend. Mm-hmm. I played like 5 of those tracks.
No way.
Yeah, because I was in this weird birthday party scenario where they weren't ready for like the heavy. I was like trying to navigate the room. I still
yeah.
Whatever. I tried my best.
Like full dubstep. Yeah. Right.
It wasn't
full bass music.
It.
Good. I think, the music I'm working on could perhaps be that perfect transition from non-bass music to bass music, or like I don't know, like it's like oddly niche music, but it's also kind of intended to be perceived or accepted by like the average music listener. Like there's vocals and there's hooks and there's things to get attached to like that. So yeah, I'm working on a record. It's called This Is the Part Where, and it's supposed to be a lot about self-identity. And some themes in there are, I was talking to my manager Izzy about this today. It's funny, I like typed this out today, like what it's about. We're working on some, merch and stuff for it. And self-identity is kind of the theme. And there's themes like mirrors, like one's perception of themselves, your shadow, which is like, like this version of yourself that follows you, like wherever you go, and ghosts, which one of the songs is called You're a Ghost. And ghosts are like, your past experiences, maybe someone who's no longer with us, things like that. So
that's interesting, because we were just having a conversation at my house last night, because I believe in ghosts and my wife does not believe in ghosts. And I was like, I'm going to get you to believe in ghosts.
Yeah. Dude, it's interesting. It's like, there's the traditional like fairy tale ghost where it's like, a white sheet in the room following you, or this like airy like figure. But I think ghosts are like even like when, and not to be maybe morbid, but if something reminds me of someone who I loved who's no longer with us, that's almost like them visiting me as a ghost, like I see something and it reminds me of someone that I care about or someone who's no longer with us. It's like, it's like this version of them that's showing this.
You're kind of taking my daughter's opinion, which is you think you saw a ghost and you might have seen a ghost, but it's just you.
It's just me. Yeah, right.
But I will say there were some rooms in my house in the basement when I was growing up, where you would walk into that room and your whole body would just go full heebie-jeebie. Like bad things happened in this room. And it was for sure. I don't know if that's a ghost or what that is. But whatever. We don't need to get into ghosts.
No. It's just a theme. It's just a theme. It's art, it's I'm no ghost expert myself. So
do you sing at the shows? I don't know. I haven't seen you play in probably 3-4 years. So did you play Camp In like 2 or 3 years ago?
I did camping after I did camp out. So the first time we worked together, or the first time you invited me to play music, was camp out, maybe 2019.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah. And I remember I wore a like Philadelphia Flyers jersey, like long sleeve jersey that someone had made for me that said Tiedye Ky on the back.
Okay, I kind of remember this. Yeah.
So yeah, and I had a bucket hat. I chilled with Sander Eprom, was like the only person I knew at the time. He was mad cool to me.
Probably the reason that I'm doing bass music. Honestly, I don't think if I hadn't heard what he was doing, I don't think I'd be doing this.
Right. Same. I mean, and it's funny, even though like I think that the music I've been making is sort of steered away from dubstep and bass music. It's like Sander is like a role model, bro. Like same with yourself. It's like it's not. You can be inspired by different kinds of music, but the way you choose to interpret that and make it your own is like what really I think matters. So,
absolutely,
dude, Sander, of course, huge influence. We were kicking it. I remember you guys put me on the bass stage, or like not the main stage, but the side stage, and I played.
Well, it's not a side stage. I keep trying to explain this to people. There's two main stages. One is like literally two main stages. One is house music. Yeah.
Yeah. It was packed. It was I meant no like I didn't mean to speak ill of it,
okay.
you know, but
it's okay.
And dude, you put me before Tiedye Ky.
Oh,
she played your festival, and before her it was me, and I was like, bro, like this is fucking insane. Like she's like a major pop artist, and like I'm gonna go play my like silly little bedroom like electronic songs. But it was a smash. It was a smash.
That's why our festival is cool, because we get gifted some magical presents over time, where people would hear about our festival and they would do it, and they wouldn't necessarily be like, I'm 250 grand. They would just do it because it was cool. And that was like one of the best parts of the doing like a really boutique festival.
Right. It's like, I just want to go to this party. Like, it's not even about like what's, at stake for that person.
Yeah. So I'm super psyched that you're going to be on this tour with me, and I couldn't be happier about it. I think like some of these shows just can get too heavy or some, I don't know what it is. And I even tend to do it sometimes, depending like if I'm playing in a really bassy location, or like at con or something. Sometimes like a bassy I'll go hard. Yeah. But I don't want to get into that like ladder. So I feel like I did the house thing for so long that I kind of recognize how you get how you can get into tunnel vision.
Right.
So now I'm doing this. I'm very conscious of like, we're going to have all these awesome bass people playing, but I don't want this to be thought of as just like, this is a bass show, even though some people are just going to do that anyway.
I love like, I think last year I toured with Essex, and we did like a co-headline tour, and that was kind of the main bit of shows that we played. And it's so nice, like kind of being the one in control of what kind of show like it really is at the end of the day. And it's without saying, Sam and I like have the same vision. I think you and I have the same vision, and it's like I think the journey set and kind of experimenting with still playing dance music, whether it's in the form of bass music or dubstep or house, and that being accompanied by moments of serenity and moments of melodic music, things that aren't monotonal and things like that. It's important to me. That's the music that I like. I like both. That's like if you were to ask me, like, what's my favorite show to go to, it's a show that touches on the rage and the beauty, if you will, or, you know, like kind of musical music in form of harmony and melody, as well as the gritty, like bass face, like I want to break shit, you know. I like all of that.
I mean, if you ask me what I have tickets to, like what would I pay to see?
Yeah,
it's like this year I'm paying to see Lawrence, Jacob Collier, Kraftwerk. It's all over the place. But I think that's cool.
It's one of my favorite conversations to have in this setting, where I'm talking to like a peer of mine and like someone else who's an electronic music maker. Is like, it's interesting how often we're influenced by art that is like not like, I don't like listen to dubstep when I wake up. You know what I mean? I don't listen to bass music. I often enjoy that in the club setting, and I will listen to it, you know, when it's the right time. But I'm often listening to and inspired by alternative and bands and singer-songwriters, and then
so one of the things I really noticed about my previous career, let's call it my previous career.
Okay.
Well, I've made like a seismic shift. So I will tell you that in house, it's not out of the question to go off the rails.
Right.
But it's a little bit less common. And it's like when you move into even by the venues that this tour is in, the venues are almost like you would bring a band to these venues. And house is always a club. And I'll just say, like, if I was playing a house set and I just went off and just started playing like indie rock and jungle, like, you can throw in one jungle track for 28 seconds max or whatever. But people would be like, fuck this show. But I don't feel like this crowd is like that.
No.
That's why I'm super excited, because I think that you could play a 1990s rap track, something with singing in it, a dubstep track, a trap track.
Yeah.
And you could probably get away with everything. And maybe it won't be like number one greatest track of your set, but people aren't going to be like, that was the worst set I ever went to. I just wanted to hear 90 minutes of hardcore dubstep.
Yeah.
It's not really like that. At least that's my perception. But I don't know. You've been out there more than me in this realm.
I agree. I love like trying to, humbly speaking, like set an example of that, where it's like, that's kind of my bit. Like, that's my whole thing is the range of styles, even not just as a DJ, but as like a songwriter. Is like, you put on one of my albums, the whole, if you will, like the bit, the whole show is based on there being this variety, this range in the music that I like, that I create, the show, like the DJ set, whatever. So, right. I promise you, there are people out there that show up to see a range of music, and not just like, you know, a lot of the more popular like dubstep shows. It's like, you'll see these lineups drop, and it's like, you guys are going to 6 hours of like the same song.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to speak controversial on the podcast.
No, that's okay.
That's just like how I feel.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to get out of. I came from that.
I'm grateful for this community. I'm grateful for bass music and dubstep, and I still play some of my heavy stuff. I play some dubstep and bass music tracks that I've made and I'm proud of in my set. But I just don't. I'm not interested in 6 hours of like the same beat, you know?
Well, I definitely play some hard shit.
Me too. Right.
I build up to it and then taper off from it, and like
it's
make
like
that
the journey.
a peak. Yeah. But yeah, Cool. So what's up with skateboarding? You still skateboarding?
I skate. I skate. I've been skating longer than I've been making music. And
right on.
I just picked up my skateboard the other day and went down to Rizzo Rink is like a DIY spot in Philly.
Okay.
And I pushed around. I went by myself. I just wanted to. It was like the first sunny day in a while around here. I just went to push around and get outside.
Yeah, we're in the middle of it.
Yeah, Philly's been like that. Like that's almost the kind of grand answer to like how skateboarding is. It's just been cold here, so I haven't been skating as much. But I'm definitely super serious about it, and like have been. I've been going to the gym and taking care of myself. So once it's kind of like warm again, like I'll be skating all the time. I'm ready for it. I can't wait for it to come back. So it's trying to stay in shape and yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in shape for this run.
I like joke with my friends like I want tour to happen, I want tour to come, and I want festival season to come, and I'm just like hot and thin and like the best version of myself, you know? And like
yeah, you're gonna be doing push-ups on the booth.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna like it'll be like 90 degrees at some festival, and I'll like pull my shirt off, and everyone's like, "Damn, he's jacked." Like, I want that, bro.
For me, but there's only so much I can wish for.
Yeah.
But so wait, do you have like a significant other? Or are you out on the playing?
Oh, I'm single, bro. Yeah,
okay,
I'm single.
That's a good way to tour.
I'm single. I definitely have been super focused on like myself and my career and like writing music and dude, I love interacting with people and I love making friends, and it's like that kind of thing. It's important to me, and like my relationships are really important to me, but I think I've become really comfortable with like people that I trust, and you know, it's kind of easy to just like keep your circle small and functional and loving.
Yeah.
You know? That's my answer. Yeah.
One thing I noticed about you, your I don't know what it is, like your online presence is it's hard to find out stuff about you.
Okay. I love that. Like, dude, I love that. Yeah.
You're kind of a man of mystery. I was like, Nicole, can you help me find out anything else besides like some facts that I already know? And she's like, yeah, there's not really anything. And then she called her friend who has like seen you a bunch of times, and they were like, yeah, we don't really know anything either.
I like that. I think that's funny. I value privacy, you know. I think that I want to like this is so funny that you bring that up, because I think in this setting where, you know, like we're making content, we're doing a tour together, we're going to do this podcast thing, and this is when I want to talk. Like someone wants to have a conversation with me and is going to listen and wants to hear what I have to say. I love to talk, but am I going to go on Twitter and like tell my life story? Like, nah, definitely not. No.
I can feel that 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, social media, whew, it's a ball.
It's crazy, man. And it's, you know, the world is in a tough place right now. And so sometimes it's like, it's nice to stay grounded. Like I just stay close to my family. I like Philly and my friends here, and I just do
that's good
normal stuff. I go to the gym. I cook for myself. Today I went for a bike ride like around the city with my buddy, and it's like,
dude, you're living the dream.
Yeah, it's kind of healthier to be that way, I think. You know? Thanks, man.
I love it. I've like taught myself Adobe Premiere, and I'm like cutting 2 videos a week, and you're riding your bike around town. I'm like, which one of those sounds better?
No, I do the same stuff. I do the same stuff. Writing an album. We're currently my main gig right now is we're working on the Mission Ballroom Lab Group headline show.
Oh, awesome!
Which I'm
very. Can you tell me about Lab Group? I want to know about what's going on with that.
Yeah, you know, we have this Mission Ballroom show coming up. We have the album dropping the same week, which actually isn't announced yet, but I think by the time we edit and put this video out, like it's okay. And
can you just, for everyone who doesn't know, it's you and Potions
and Player Dave. Yeah.
And Player Dave, right.
And formerly Super Task and Charles the First.
Right.
Yes.
R.I.P.
And R.I.P., bro. That's my boy. Like, we wouldn't be here without Charles. Charles brought me on my first 2 tours I ever went on. So, like,
wow,
he was almost like the first person to kind of be like, yo, like, you're dope. You should come play shows. And I had never traveled further than from Philly to New York, which is 100 miles. Like, yeah. I was maybe playing gigs as Tiedye Ky in Philly for the first time and played a gig in New York with Charles and Lab Group. Like, this is 6 years ago, maybe longer.
Wow.
And we all fucking, you know, like, played music together, and it was awesome. I think I back-to-backed with them. It's like the oldest post on my Instagram is a photo of me playing with Lab Group for the first time with Charles and them. Yep. And we were in New York, and so went on tour with Charles.
Why don't you promote this? Let's promote this Mission Ballroom. What day is it on?
February 23rd.
Oh, so soon.
Soon. A couple weeks here. I'm going up to San Francisco to hang out with Potions and Player Dave at Potions Place. He lives outside San Francisco.
Okay, great.
I'll be there on the 19th, so we'll go we've been working on the set mobile, you know, like on Discord. Yeah. We use Discord, and we've been building the set. But I'll go to Hunty's place and just kick it. Hunty and I are like best friends. I'm very close with PD as well. And like, you know, we're all fucking boys, and like, we're going to go make the set. We have Ruku and Jonza, vocalists, performing live on some brand new Lab Group music live at Mission Ballroom. I'll be doing a vocal performance myself during the set. We're
amazing,
controlling the visuals and the music live from the stage. So there's going to be like 2 setups on the stage, 2 different tables, and the 3 of us will kind of like mix around controlling the whole show.
Yeah, this is something I'm always struggling with. Like, I have a guy, Gabe, his name's Lightbender, and he's awesome, but I'm always like, how can we get it tighter without time coding it?
Without making Ableton and Resolume communicate with each other on like a clock. Yeah.
It's tough.
Like, and anybody who's watching, that's kind of the idea behind like an AV set. Like, often when a DJ advertises like an AV set, an audio visual set, it's often visuals synced with Ableton or go ahead. Yeah.
It has to be pre-done. Pretty much coded. It has to be. Yeah.
Right. That's like the only way. And we're not doing that. We're controlling, like, because we have 3 guys on stage at one time, it's going to be 2 computers doing 2 separate jobs, and there's no clock. There's no like syncing or communication between the 2. We're just controlling both at the same time for 90 minutes. Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. So stoked, man. Yeah.
I'm excited for you to play that show. That sounds amazing. Yeah. I'm also excited to see you in New York and Chicago, and what were the other? I have it here: LA, Seattle, Austin, New York, and Chicago. And maybe, who knows, there'll probably be some more after that.
There might be some more on the way. We don't even know yet.
Well, I'm super stoked because I know you're the right guy for this. You got the vibe. I'm super confident that it's going to be sick.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. Stoked to play with you, bro. Like, thanks for inviting me. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm super happy about this. We should do a track. What the fuck?
Let's do a track, bro. Come on. Like, I've been thinking that too. Come on, let's do a track.
Okay, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. We're doing a track. This is the beginning. I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you. I was gonna be like show you some new shit and be like, you want to do a track? So I'll send you some stuff.
I do want to do a track. I'm super open to doing a track. I'm like, so that's another thing I kind of fucked up on my first career. I consider this like my second career.
Collabing.
I was really a tight ass on collabs.
You know,
and now I'm just like, now I just want to collab and just get out there and like make friends and like make music with people.
I know. I hear you. And it's such I'll tell you what, like as someone who, you know, is still fighting for my first career. I'm still trying to make it one time, you know, it's like you have a lot of people in your ear. As soon as you achieve some level of success, which I believe that I have, you have a lot of people in your ear trying to teach you how you should protect that and you should be exclusive and you need to, like guard that success and kind of like be careful. And there is validity in that. I'm not saying I disagree with it, and I'm grateful for those people who like value me and value what I've created. But I'm gonna go ahead and say I lean with you, Barclay, where it's like, man, like just kind of like forgetting all those industry politics and just making music with people because it's fun and because you love it is really what all this shit is really about. And I just I'll die on that hill.
The journey is the part, not the end part. The end where you hit your goal is just like a one day, yay, high five. But the other part is like you're living.
Dude, I started making songs because it was like a cool way to like express myself. And I was like interested in digital creation. I was like not really good at like Photoshop or drawing, but I was like, I'm good at music. And they got programs that you make music on. And it was this outlet for me, you know, it's like don't forget where you came from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think where I came from was maybe I didn't really have a manager ever, really. So I didn't have like the voices in my ear, but I did have where I came from in my ear, which is like Detroit techno. So I still thought I was gonna be like Seth Troxler at DC-10, and I didn't really realize that I was just more of like a quirky, funny, I was on a different road, and I was still trying to be in this like Euro clique, and I was like, why am I trying to be in this crazy Euro clique? What the fuck am I doing? I'm not going to be Tale of Us.
No. And you know what? That kind of reminds me, like, I no, that's great. It's like people that have asked me for my advice, like young producers. Anytime someone has asked me a question, like, you know, for any advice, generally I say that the most valuable thing you can do is be unapologetically yourself, because it's attractive. It's like no one, I don't want to say no one, but it's very difficult to kind of follow in the footsteps of other artists or follow in the trends of like what's cool and then actually be considered like great, you know, like truly like an innovator. And so I don't know, I don't want to get in the weeds too far, but it's like you have that, bro, is what I was trying to say, is like you don't need Seth Troxler, or not, you know,
who I love, by the way.
Just teasing, right? Who we love, like just teasing. It's like, bro, like you have like, you know, part of your whole life behind you of success and of throwing amazing parties that I've fucking been to and played at. Like, you're a role model, bro. You're a role model, you know. So just don't forget that. Yeah, seriously,
I won't forget.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what I wanted to say? Like this is I have another like topic, and like, you know, we don't have to hang out all night. Is I am starting my own band. Like I have Tiedye Ky live band, and I just announced 2 headline shows with the band. One is at Cervantes. Players? Like no computer, like it's myself on guitar and vocals, Kyle Sparkman, my dear friend Kyle Sparkman on lead guitar, Jack Zaffries on bass, and Phil Conine on drums. And we are a 4-piece band. We play original Tiedye Ky music. A lot of the songs from my past records, we interpret them as a band. They're mostly electronic songs, you know, but we interpret them as a live band with no computer, none of that. We sound great, dude. We've been rehearsing. We did one show so far at Sonic Bloom Festival last summer.
Okay.
And it was totally a hit and we loved it. You're
going in the jam band.
Borderline, yes. I don't think we are a jam band, but I mean, dude, this even reopens that conversation just about range and kind of like, that's my whole bit, bro. That's my whole bit is like, I like it. I like music. I like singing. I like bass music too. Yeah. Like, I think the more you can build a genuine fan base that kind of understands that, they'll follow you wherever you go, man. They'll follow you wherever you go, whatever you decide to create. So.
Yeah. On that note, I, just for example of what you're saying about the people that will follow you and just keeping in your, like, believe in yourself, basically.
Believe in yourself. Be yourself.
I started this newsletter and I started writing it every week. And initially, some people were like, dude, I don't want to get this every week. And then my person, Nicole, who like runs everything for me, is like, you're writing too many newsletters. And I was like, no, we're not writing too many newsletters because the people who love us want to hear from us every week. And the people who don't want to hear from us will unsubscribe them.
Right.
That's okay. They don't, it doesn't matter. We're collecting the people that actually want to hear from us. And if we can get a lot of those people, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But we don't care. Like, who cares if you write too many emails? Who gets mad at getting an email?
No. Anyway? Yeah, no one.
I don't know. I just thought that was interesting because I was like, I think it's okay. We can just talk and just say whatever, and maybe people won't sign up for it, and that's okay too.
Or like, even if they get the email, they just don't read it. It's like, it's no sweat off your back. Yeah. I agree with that, where it's like, there's this King Cruel quote. He's one of my favorite artists. If you know the artist King Cruel, he's like,
I don't know them. No, I'll check it out though.
UK singer songwriter guy, and inspired me to start singing on my own stuff. And he does King like Cruel. A Nardwuar interview. You know the guy Nardwuar?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Goofy guy, and he says at the end, he says, "Why should people listen to King Cruel?" And he says, "You don't have to like it, bro. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't, and that's fine." And it kind of early on, like hearing that just taught me so much about like, you don't have to win every single person over, it's just about being you and like doing what you love. And that's attractive. So
like 3 people on earth can appease everyone. Like, and they don't even really appease everyone, but it's like barely Taylor Swift.
I'm a Swiftie, bro. Honestly, I don't stand for any T Swift hate. Okay.
But she's rare.
Excellent.
She's rare. Yeah. She's appealing to so many people that I think that's incredible.
It's incredible. Right.
Very difficult to achieve.
Yeah. My favorite artist is this artist, Breakins, who I'm sure that you're familiar with because
I have booked Breakins on Camp Out when no one had booked Breakins on a festival.
When he was probably 18. Festival. Yeah.
He had never even been to a festival. And when I asked him to sign a piece of paper for my son, because he's my son's favorite artist, he literally didn't even know what to do. He's like, what?
Yeah.
I have to sign this?
Bro. All right. No, it's like funny you bring all that up because I somehow, and this is years ago, this is like probably 2 years ago, right? I can't even source like why I thought this or like how this is false information that I believed for a little bit. I believed that this is probably how I misheard it. You said it's your son's favorite artist.
Yeah.
I believed that Breakins was your son. And that's why he played your festival, because I like thought that you were Breakins' dad. And I had this whole idea in my head that I was like, no way, like, no wonder why Breakins is so talented, because his dad is fucking Claude Von Stroke.
No.
And then I recall this memory, bro, where I'm at Electric Forest, like balls deep in like a 3-4 day like weekend at Electric Forest. Like, I don't know if you've been there, but you know how it gets.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I'm in a green room with Rekno, telling him how like Breakins is my favorite artist, and oh my god, did you know that Breakins' dad is Claude Von Stroke? And he's like, no fucking way, like, are you serious? And I'm like, yes, bro. Anyway, it
so
is now
thinks that Breakins,
like, we both are like loving Breakins, right? And I'm like, I'm like telling him that you're Breakins' dad, and we're both like, oh my god.
I mean, it's not that hard to believe because I love that music, but
dude, it's so good.
So my son is a singer. Believe this or not, my son is a singer-songwriter. He fucking loves Breakins.
He's my favorite artist. He like inspired my music.
He turned me on to Breakins. My son said, you need to listen to this.
Yeah.
And that's why Breakins played Dirty Bird Camp Out, because I was like, this is amazing. And dude, so I listened to this. They didn't want to do it because they were like, Breakins has never played shit. Like, he's not ready
festival. Yeah,
for this.
Right.
And we're like building up to do like a big thing.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
We need Breakins.
Send him out.
And so we paid him. We paid him like he was like Busta Rhymes. Like, we paid him crazy amount of money
to come out, and he was probably 18.
Like, I don't
bro.
care.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care how much it is.
Yeah,
we need Breakins.
Send him out. Yeah.
And I never do that. I'm usually really tight on the budget.
No, that makes me so happy.
And I was like, I don't care if there's 9 people there and no one likes it.
Knows him. Yeah.
This guy's playing. And the other person who really appreciated that booking was Honeycomb. He freaked out.
Dude.
He had never heard of him.
Yeah, no, Honeycomb.
Like, who is this kid?
Honeycomb's on like my Cervantes show with the band. Like, Honeycomb's playing with us.
Yeah,
so
he's amazing.
I know, he's amazing. Yeah. I thought that was a funny story. Yeah, I thought it was since debunked that you are not Breakins' father, but I wanted to hear it from you and let you know that I genuinely believed that and like told people about it, and then like later was like it was debunked. So
it's so great.
Man. Yeah.
Well, anyway, on that note, now that we know that I am not Breakins' father, but I am Jasper Crenshaw's father, who you might hear very soon in the future. He's writing a lot of songs.
Yeah.
So
big debut coming soon.
Maybe he'll be your new person. New Breakins. Like. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. That's it.
Cool,
I think
man.
We're good.
I think we're great. I feel great, and that was great, and I'm so happy we got to chat, dude. Like I thank you for inviting me to do this. Yeah.
This is so I was going to just ask you this on email, but whatever. I like to just keep it all transparent.
Yeah.
What mixer do you want to play on? Because I just want to know, just because I feel like I'm going to do this whole tour with this mixer that I like that no one likes.
You like the A10, the one with 6 channels and the knobs or whatever.
I like the V10, and I think that no one else uses that in bass.
I definitely choose the DJM 900 or the whatever the A9 one is now, but it's the V10.
Positive. Yes, I was almost positive that you were going to say that, and I'm probably going to switch because I feel like everyone uses the A9 and not the V10 because it's so much tough, like a house music mixer.
Yeah,
it's like faders.
Yeah, I just I haven't been doing this as long as you. I think that the knob style isn't that kind of a retro style? Like the fader actually came after the knob, or no?
No, it's just, but it is different. It has 4 EQs. It has an effects end. It has a really long fader. It's very different. If you just walk up to it, you're gonna be like, fuck.
Yeah. I think I'd be good, bro. Like I'm pretty quick to learn, but so I won't be like upset if you end up choosing the mixer that you like, but But my truthful answer is I prefer the DJM or the A9. Yeah.
Well, the reason that I say this is because this actually happened to me in a previous life. In house music, the people from Europe play on Alan Heath analog mixer that has no effects, and everyone in the United States plays on the Pioneers.
Yeah.
And so I was doing tons of shows in Europe. So I made everyone on Dirty Bird play on the Alan Heath, and they all fucking hated me because no one wanted to play on that. So eventually I just said, why am I doing this to everyone?
Yeah.
Let's just play on the Pioneer.
That everyone knows,
Everyone was so much. Then there was like no changeovers. I just like it to be fun.
Right.
So like, I don't
it's
care
just
what
like,
it is.
Like you'll walk on stage and like dap me up at the end of my set, and then the player like I'm sure that
we just roll.
It's like not a big deal.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. I just wanted to know for sure because I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Debunked number 2. Yeah.
All right. It's been awesome talking to you, buddy.
Yes, thank you, Barclay.
See you, Kyle, on the road very soon. Good. March 8th.
See you on tour in March. Let's go.
Not that far. Good luck at your big ballroom in Denver. What it's called, the Regents
Mission Ballroom with Lab Group.
Mission Ballroom
with Lab Group and Clams Casino and Jack Green.
Clams Casino.
Yes, and
Jack Green. Oh wow,
yep.
Jack Green. All these people I've met all these people in various. Jack Green played Camp Out. Clams Casino used to have like
he's a legend,
same
bro.
Booking agent. Like interesting. Yeah. It's great. Sounds like a good show.
Bro. Yeah. Thanks, bro.
All right, Kyle.
Well, all right.
Awesome
good chatting with you, bro. Have a great night. Thanks, dude.
Man.